Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new sprightly, spunky episode of the Bitch Bible podcast. I am getting ready to abandon my son and my husband to freeload on a brand trip in Las Vegas for the next 24 hours, and I am packed and fucking ready. I am on my second week, my final home run of the solo parenting initiative of 2025. I have taken care of Clyde by my lonesome with external help for 2 weeks now. Andrew was in London for a week, came home for 2 days. We went to a wedding and then left again for Nashville. I called him this morning. He almost missed his flight. And he was like, there's traffic in my bags and my guitar. And I'm like, Andrew, don't worry about your guitars because I'll set them on fire in the front lawn if you miss this fucking flight, because I don't know how to say this delicately. I'm done. My bandwidth hath been exceeded. I don't want to take care of your son anymore. So you need to come home. I love him. We've bonded. I mean, we are one flesh at this point. Like, I want to wring out his socks at the end of the day and his diaper and funnel it into a diffuser and sell it on the black market and like bathe in his grundle sweat because I love him so much. But like, also, I don't have the constitution for long haul solo parenting. And I said to Andrew, I'm like, bad news, buddy. I don't think we're ever going to be able to get divorced, like not for at least 18 years or 16 years, because I don't think I'm built for solo parenting. And to single mothers out there with little to no help, you are superheroes. Okay. I close my eyes and I think about gilded statues, and they should be built of single parents, because I don't have the patience for it. Clyde's like into pinching and like pulling my hair extensions out. I had to get my weft re-sewn in 3 days ago because Clyde used my Ukrainian hooker hair as somewhat of a ropes course and thinks it's hilarious to grab onto it and lift himself up, his body weight, just hanging on for dear life on my extensions. And my instinct is to backhand him, but I don't do that because, you know, if someone hurts you, like I'm a flinchy bitch, you know what I mean? I've got my bird phobias. I'm a little ticky. So when someone hurts me, you know, I want to backhand them, but you don't, because that's illegal. And I don't really feel like going to jail on top of everything else. Speaking of jail, I had the harrowing experience. I've had 2 harrowing experiences in the past 24 hours because no good deed goes unpunished here. I had to review some of the edits for the tour. And, you know, it's taken me like over a year to even go through this flash drive and like pull videos. And I have to go through it again because I'm missing some stuff. I thought I had logged it. And I'm like, where's that video with the rope lights and the pasties? You know, stuff like that. And I finally like passed it off to Josh and I said, like a torch, like a gilded flash drive. I said, Josh, I cannot review this footage anymore, or I am going to drown myself in my unrenovated mosaic dolphin pool. Like, you have to carry this to fruition. You need to do the tight edit and just present them. And then I never want to see them again until tour because I can't stomach myself. All you need to know is that I'm coming for your Oscars, okay? Because the performance of a lifetime comes by way of 2002's Jackie Schimmel directed rendition of the Blair Itch Project, which is the somber story of a young girl fighting for her life amidst, I'm not sure if it's an infection like an STD or simply a bug bite, but she needs an itch cream and she needs it bad. And it's shot in the style of the Blair Witch Project. And it is my directorial acting debut, and somehow I must have just hijacked like a family Sunday barbecue and decided that I was going to give the performance of a lifetime. And the way it is unbelievable. Okay. And it's haunted me for days because I'm so moved by my performance, and you will be too. So please go to thebitchbible.com/tour. I'm not doing this again. Like, this is it for me. And I'm not gonna, like, I can't put these on the internet. So if you don't buy a ticket to this show, you're never gonna see them because I physically, like, they can't exist on the internet. Like, I don't think they're allowed on the internet. So there's that. Another thing that's been just sucking my soul dry. You know, a few weeks ago, I was at my grandma's house, and this is relatable, so write this one down. She has like a little, the house is barren, okay? It looks like nobody lives there. When you think of an older grandmother, you think of tchotchkes, antiques, stuff, trinkets. Gloria, as we know, is the opposite. Her oven's never been used. You cannot find a speck of dust. Like, it is as clean and sterile and contemporary, no excess stuff, okay? She finally got a painting on the wall. That happened, and I think it's given her a little pep in her step, you know? And at this age, she needs something to look forward to. So I was over at her house, and she's got this kind of like empty corner when you walk into her home. I had been doing some power walking with Clyde at the local mall, and because I just need to like run him dry, like I just need to get him out of the house and moving his body because he has so much fucking energy and he just wants to like run. So I'm not a park princess. I'm not a park girly. I'm not a park mama bear. I like going to strip malls, grocery stores, antiquing, restaurants, wineries, stuff like that, you know, kind of like more in my wheelhouse. So I took him to the mall, and he walked into an Our House, and I haven't really shopped with Our House just because, you know, I haven't found myself there. I kind of thought it was a little bit more modern farmhouse, Pottery Barn adjacent, which really isn't my vibe. But after Clyde strolled into the Our House, I found these amazing, this is not an ad, by the way, should clarify. Although like I'd take a promo code because I kind of want to buy them for my own house, but I need them to be outdoors and they're not really outdoor. I don't know. We'll get into the logistics later. I found these beautiful oversized candle pillars, okay, like big boys. And they're about like, one of them's like maybe 4.5 feet tall. The other one's like 3.5 feet tall, like about a foot in diameter, like tall, beefy, burnished brass candle pillars, but big, okay? They kind of look, honestly, they look like they should be way more expensive. They look like Kelly Wearstler. I imagine them just like outside, but I thought, oh, these would actually be perfect for Gloria's house. So I take a picture, I drive over to Grandma's house. They also happen to be on sale. This was like a month ago, maybe it was Memorial Day or something. They were like 20% off, maybe 15% off, okay? And I show her the picture, and she's like, I don't know, Jack, are they big enough? I'm like, these are the dimensions. They're this tall and this wide. How do you know, Jack? I'm like, it's on the internet. Well, what if there was a misstep? I'm like, okay, like trying to explain like the internet and spec sheets and like Our House and all the things. It was so daunting that I just aborted the mission. I was like, you know what? Sorry for thinking of you. Okay. Sorry for making your house a home. Okay. Sorry for giving you something to look forward to, some ambiance in your fucking living room. Sorry. Abort. Okay. So I thought she forgot about them, but alas, she calls me yesterday. She goes, Jack, did you buy me the candles? I said, oh, sorry. Like, we didn't finalize it. I thought you were worried about the size. I didn't get them. She goes, can you get them, Jack? I said, okay, let me check if they still have them available. You know, because I don't have like a child to tend to or a job, or like my life is now I'm going to spend 6 hours arranging these candle pillars for you. I said, okay, they're in stock. When can I get them, Jack? I said, it'll take probably 2 to 3 weeks. What's the shipping? I said, it's free ground shipping. What does it cost to expedite the shipping? It's going to be $150. Oh, can't you see if they'll do anything, Jack? I said, it's a major corporation. It's Our House. I'm not calling 1-800 Our House to see if my grandma has, you know, her days are numbered. Could you please expedite the shipping for free? It's not how it fucking works. Just call them, Jack. No, I have to order it through the website. Can't we go to the store? No, Grandma, they don't have anything in stock at the stores. It's just just the floor model. Will they do a deal on the floor model? No, Grandma. Well, why not, Jack? It was 15% off a few weeks ago. Why didn't you order them, Jack? I said, I'll write you a check for the 15% difference. Do you want the fucking candles? I don't know. Are they returnable, Jack? If we buy the floor samples, we can't return them. But if we buy them online, it's going to take 2-3 weeks. If you want to expedite the shipping, it's going to be $150. And if you want to return them, there's a restocking fee. What's the restocking fee, Jack? I don't know. So now I'm spending 3.5 hours. Okay. I go there with the blue tape. We talk about the candles. Where are we going to put them? Do I put a candle on a remote, Jack? And do we have to light the candles? Where will I get the candles, Jack? I'm going to get them on Amazon. I don't want to, Jack. Can't we just go to the store? I'm not taking you to the store. I'm not taking you to the store. I'm not taking you to the store so that I can spend an hour and a half deciphering ivory candles or white candles, short candles or tall candles. Should we get the remote candles or not the remote candles? Do they flicker, Jack? I swear to God, I looked at her. Now we're on like 2.5 hours. I said, Grandma, I got to go pick up Clyde from school. Just a few minutes, Jack. I enter all the information. We do all the shipping. Can't you call them and see if they'll honor the deal, Jack? When I tell you that I had to tell her, I told her 46 times that I cannot. You're not that kind of girl, she says. I go, what kind of girl? She goes, it never hurts to ask. I said, actually, it does fucking hurt to ask, okay? You can afford the fucking candles. They're no longer on sale. If you want to be able to return them, you pay full price or you don't fucking get them, okay? I mean, I was like screaming, okay? I can't believe they didn't call the cops for like elderly abuse. I'm screaming at her. 5 times I get to the final thing of checkout. Let me see him one more time. I said, Grandma, I'm going to have to exit the screen. We're going to have to re-enter all the information. I don't know, Jack. I said, Grandma, I'm fucking leaving now. I have to go pick up my son. Why didn't you brew on it? She calls me at 7:30 bedtime. 3 FaceTimes, okay? Jack, what the hell? Get the candles. I'm like, okay. When are they going to get here, Jack? I said, we already I can't do it. I can't talk about it. I'm going to go into cardiac arrest. So the good news and moral of that story is that Gloria has some oversized our house candle pillars coming, and I'm going to bury her with them because I've spent more time finagling these candles than basically anything else in the past 2 weeks. Like, it's not like I'm going on tour. I've spent more time on these candle pillars than figuring out my fucking tour, which speaks to a bigger issue. This woman is bleeding me dry. And any narcs listening, okay, please don't tell her I'm talking shit about her. Can you not do that? Don't ruin it for us. Oh my God, the grand reveal of the candle pillars. I swear to God, I will kill myself if they don't work. And she's like, I don't know, Jack. I will bash her head in with those fucking candles. And then I'll get the flames and I'll light her house on fire. And I'll take them with me because I love them outdoors. But that's just me. Anywho, you're not that kind of girl. By the way, what a fucking bitch. No, I'm not working a deal. I think everyone should pay. If you have to work it, you don't deserve it. Okay. I don't like, you know why? You know why I'm not that girl, Gloria? Because I have withstood the trauma of being at a department store while you haggle like you're at a farmer's market, getting fresh berries. Like, are you sure? Could you ask? What about 15? Like, it's not up for discussion. It's not up for debate. You pay. When someone gives you a receipt, you pay it. It's not a conversation, okay? It's a one-way street. So I'm deeply, deeply triggered. I don't want a deal. I don't want a handout because I'm embarrassed. I feel like I have to break the pattern. You know what I mean? I have to break the pattern. Although I was at a wedding and I'm trying to figure out how I can do this tastefully. I was at a wedding and I saw an old friend that I hadn't seen in many years. Okay. She moved away to New York and we just kind of lost touch. I see her at this wedding, give her a big hug. She's carrying this beautiful matcha green Bottega Jody. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that bag. I love that color, but I'm trying not to buy any more green bags. She says, my sister works at Bottega and gets 50% off. Now, coincidentally, this is the Relatability Hour with Jackie. Da 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 da. Boom. I was at Nordstrom in a dicey place 2 days prior. And as I'm going up the escalator, I see this beautiful man, okay, unwrapping a pink canvas Bottega padded jacket with a coordinating burgundy woven leather collar. Now, if you know anything about me, I love a statement jacket. I love pink, and I love anything deeply expensive and impractical. Okay. So as I'm going up the escalator, it's like I saw Christ. It's like Jesus put his hand on my forehead and said, "You're going to be okay." Okay. It was like, like Enya, like the feathers. It was unbelievable. It was the closest thing I've had to like a religious experience in a very long time. Okay. The seas parted and he puts the jacket right on the hanger, like on the display, right at the top of the fucking escalator. I immediately run to it and I go, gasping for air. I'm like, "What is this jacket?" He says, "We just got it in. We only have one. Would you like to try it on?" Before he could even finish his sentence, I am stripping in the middle of the Topanga Mall Nordstrom's. Okay. I am, by the way, looking like I crawled out of a hole. Okay. I've got my scrunchie in. I've got the Pilates sock with the slide. I'm covered in Clyde's bodily fluids. I don't care. I'm like, put it on my body, Todd. Put it on my body. I slip it on. It fits perfectly. It's the perfect shade of pink with the perfect shade of burgundy. I have the matching clutch. I can't breathe over this. Okay. I go, "Todd, it's not even leather, by the way. Only the collar is leather. And I have a bit of a problem spending this amount of money on a jacket that's not it's canvas. Okay. It's a canvas pink jacket." He gives me the price. I'm like, "Todd, I'm really trying to like lay low and not spend frivolously. So I gotta take a lap. I gotta take a beat. Can you hold it for me, Todd?" He said, "Absolutely. I got you. I'm going to hold it for a week for you," because he knows that I'm like, he clearly can tell that I'm a woman on the brink. And despite dressed like I, fell out of a Goodwill, that I'm probably just the right demographic for the pink Bottega jacket, because most people are responsible and practical and not broken. And I'm at this point, giving pretty broken energy. So he's like, "We usually don't do this, but for you, I'm going to hold it for a week." So she's still there. She's waiting for me. Okay. And I keep thinking, like, if Andrew was in town and I had like the moral flexibility to just like become fully unglued, then maybe I would find myself at the Topanga Mall at like 5 p.m. on a Saturday with a scrunchie in and my hair extensions hanging low, just pacing through the aisles. But I haven't done it yet because I'm keeping my shit together until 12:05 p.m. when Andrew lands in Los Angeles. So I'm at this wedding and I'm rekindling, okay, with no motive. And she casually mentions that she gets 50% off everything at Bottega. And if I want anything, to let her know, because she can hook it up. Now, I don't know what's a loose offer and what's a binding offer and what's a tacky offer, because as I previously stated, if you can't pay retail, you shouldn't be working a deal. It's not for you. We shouldn't. That's what I try to operate from. If I can't go comfortably buy something without the sting factor of being like, "Ooh, this was a bad idea," shouldn't buy it on sale, shouldn't do it. Even as I'm saying that out loud, I actually don't believe in any of that. If you get like a double clearance, if you see those stickers stacking, you swipe like your life depends on it. Life's short. The bus could hit you. The aliens could abduct you. So with that said, I'm just trying to like, maybe I'll use ChatGPT to like have like a soft, like, "Hey girly, it was so great seeing you. By the way, the pink canvas jacket with the burgundy woven collar, size 40, US size 4, just in case you were fucking wondering. If it is available and the offer is green lit, here's my credit card." Like, how do you do that without being tacky? Like, "We should get drinks sometime. Also, here's my wish list. Can you send it to your sister? Love ya. Great seeing ya." It's a weird one. And at the end of the day, aren't we just trying not to be tacky? Or is that just me? So I'm going to work on that. If you see me in a pink jacket next week, you'll know why. Recently, my body has just been calling to me. They're like, Jackie, get your shit together, okay? My skin was losing its luster and, all the water in the world was just like not keeping me hydrated. My energy was weird. I felt tired in the mornings, like so lethargic in the afternoons, and then completely wired at night. Nothing else was working. I was just feeling like dull and gross. I have been such a longtime fan of Peak. Their matcha, when I say this like vacant of shtick, their matcha is my favorite benchmark of my day. I'm drinking it quite literally right now. I cannot survive without it. I pack it in my suitcase anytime I travel, in every purse. Like it's just the best matcha on the planet. And I've spoken with the CEO because I desperately was trying to invest in the company. They're like, bitch, we don't need you. But I feel so strongly about these products. They are just of the utmost highest quality. Any product that they come out with is so thoughtfully designed and intentional. They're not just like hitting you with a bunch of products every month. Like they really are so specific and so top quality. The Sun Goddess matcha, like couldn't live without it. Could not live without it. In a fire, would take it over any of my other material possessions. The Peak Radiant Skin Duo is, if you want to glow, okay, like all the skincare in the world is not going to help you. You need the Radiant Skin Duo. It is such a game changer. It is a doctor recommended duo. It's backed by experts like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Jason Fung, and Dr. Will Cole. It is designed to deeply hydrate, boost energy, and support whole body wellness from the inside out. There's over 15,000 5-star reviews. I've been using this forever, as you know. You will see the difference, okay? The matcha is the best on the market. It is the only matcha I will drink. The purity is next level. It is quadruple toxin screened, okay? Every ingredient is tested for heavy metals, pesticides, and mold. There is no artificial junk, no sugar, just clean, science-backed hydration and energy. If you're tired of feeling depleted and want to finally nourish your body the right way, now is the time. Get 20% off plus a free rechargeable frother and glass beaker with my exclusive link, peaklife.com/Bible. That's peak, PIQUE life.com/Bible. Do not sleep on this. Your body and your skin will thank you. Just a side note, this matcha is the only cold water soluble matcha that I have found that is of this quality. You add it to a big ass bottle of water, you shake it up, you drink it over ice all day. You don't need to add anything. I've just recently started adding a little bit of coconut milk and a little honey, but it really doesn't need it. Primarily 99% of the time, just clean. Please just try this because I want you to be better looking. You're welcome. Have
Today's
a great
episode
day.
is sponsored by Addyi, the FDA-approved treatment for certain premenopausal women who are bothered by low libido and want their sex drive back. Let's be real. At a certain point, we're just over it. Not because we don't love our partners or our situationships, but because sometimes our bodies just decide, nope, we're done here. Let's break it down. If a dude can't get it up, he's got what, like 26 different boner pills? But for women, there's really only one. Maybe you've been hearing about it. It's this little pink pill called Addyi. Addyi is clinically proven to help boost your sex drive and increase satisfaction. It's helped thousands of women, and honestly, you deserve it, bitch. Go check out Addyi at addyi.com. That's ADDYI.com. Because a dry spell is one thing, but babe, we're not waiting on rain. Addyi, or flibanserin, is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past, who have low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. The low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem. Problems in the relationship or medicine or other drug use. Addyi is not for use in children, men, or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in time to your Addyi dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Addyi at bedtime. This risk increases if you take certain prescriptions, OTC, or herbal medications, or have liver problems, and can happen when you take Addyi without alcohol or other medicines. Do not take if you are allergic to any of Addyi's ingredients. Allergic reactions may include hives, itching, or trouble breathing. Sometimes serious sleepiness can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI and medication guide, including box warning at addy.com/PI.
Ooh, breaking news. Bandage dresses are back, allegedly. Somebody call, Alexis Bellino and tell her to pull it off Poshmark because they're back. BB, guest by Marciano, back in business, baby. I never partooketh in, that's not true. That's not true. I never got to a place, I was not in a financial bracket to participate in the Hervé Leger a la 2013. That was not an option for me. I still, you know what? I should have, though. I had the body back then. I should have been bandaged up. Somebody call Ace Bandages, okay? Dip them in a pink dye and band me up. I missed the bandage dress window. I did have a BB. Like, this was like a Kardashian. I think Kim Kardashian had a line at BB. And I believe, speaking of double stickers, I bought a one-shoulder chiffon bandage dress that I wore to my cousin's B'nai Mitzvah and also to Vegas. I wore it when Andrew whisked me away to Treasure Island when we first started dating. You don't understand. When Andrew and I first started dating, he took me to Vegas with all of his friends from college, all of his music friends. They all went to Vegas every year. They rekindled. As we know, I won't tell the tale of backdoor Rhonda, but that's when I found out about backdoor Rhonda. I'll just refresh your memory just in case you forgot. So Andrew and I go on our first trip and everyone is so stunned he has a girlfriend because apparently he was a huge asshole and just terrible, never took girls on dates, a hit it and quit it kind of bro in college. Wasn't doing dinners, wasn't doing sleepovers, wasn't doing repeat customers. You know what I mean? Sweet, still Andrew sweet to enough to seal the deal. But then there was never any follow through. Okay. So when people found out that Andrew had a girlfriend, they were like, what? They were so shocked. They're couldn't believe it. Okay. And I had only been presented this deeply he felt very boyfriendy. He wanted to go on a proper date. He came to my parents' house. He shook their hands. I remember he wore a collared shirt on our first date. On our first date, he asked me out for the next date. And the next date, we saw each other every day for weeks. And he was very chivalrous. And it was just weird. And then I met his friends and they were like, you don't know him. And I was like, okay, well, let's find out. So we go to Vegas and I meet all his old friends. And there's one girl there with a very blunt bang, as girls who do anal usually. A bang in the butt and a bang on the forehead usually go hand in hand, especially during this time. Bangs are coming back now. It's kind of chic and French and whatever. But back then, a bang was a real commitment. If you're 22 rocking a blunt bang, you're into some weird shit. And that's just that. I don't make up the rules. Disney adults and bitches with bangs in their early 20s, they're doing weird shit. Okay. So we go to our first dinner and there's a girl there. When you just know who your boyfriend or husband has hooked up with, it's just it's in our soul. It's in our biology as women. We just know. So we sit down and everyone's just really nice and friendly and bro-y and all the things. And there's one girl at the end of the table, okay, with her upper lip curled and she's avoiding eye contact with those blunt bangs. Thank God for those fucking bangs because she can really avert eye contact. She won't even look in Andrew's direction. Andrew's going to be so mad that I'm regurgitating this. He's not going to be mad, by the way. He's going to be so mad. Not even. He doesn't listen to this, obviously. So there's one girl at the table and she's just ice cold. Okay. So I go to the bathroom with one of his other girlfriends and I'm she's do you know about, let's call her Rhonda. Do you know about Rhonda? And I was like, oh my God, they totally hooked up, right? And she's like, yeah. She's 3.5 Mai Tais deep. She's like, it's so fucked up. And I'm like, tell me, Elena. She goes, okay. So 3 summers ago, we came to Las Vegas. They were hooking up the whole night. Okay. Then they had sex. Then she wanted to do anal. And then they did it. And he never spoke to her again. And I guess like she really liked him. And they had a really good 24 hours. And I was like, oh, this is heaven. I'm like, I said, Elena, God bless you. This is all while wearing a BB bandage dress. I go out to the table and I'm beaming. And he's like, do you have fun? And I was like, mm-hmm. He's like, why are you smiling? And I'm like, I just know things. And he's like, what do you know? And I'm like, I just want to lay this. I don't really remember like how I said it. I'm like, I just want you to know that my back door is closed. And he's like, oh my God. He was so embarrassed. And the whole time, now I want to sit next to Rhonda. I want to peel back the layers. I'm like this poor girl. But also, then you got the other side of the story. And it was just like a Vegas romp. But like, Andrew's really cute. So I get it. And I feel for Rhonda. We're not slut shaming her, by the way, at all. She is a icon in this house. I almost, for Andrew's birthday, and it was like clearly very tense where things just weren't clicking. It went awry. You know what I mean? It was a one-time thing. I guess they had hooked up. Oh wait, no, now I got to get this right because Andrew's going to have notes for me. They had hooked up lightly in college, like 2 or 3 times drunkenly. Then they go to Vegas, they hook up, and Andrew, they parted ways, It wasn't lovely, but it was consensual, okay? And honestly, she got a good deal. Andrew's really cute and respectful and nice. So are we going to have to cut this out? No. No one would say anything differently. But she was bitter about it because she was like kind of hoping it was going to segue into something else, and it just didn't. And she wanted to get freaky deaky. And Andrew was like, maybe this is the time. The good news is that it's put him off of that forever and ever. So it was never on the menu, but now it never has to be. So the real winner in this story, the fairy tale ending, is for me, my butthole and my future Bottega Veneta pink canvas jacket with coordinating burgundy leather woven lapel. Okay. Where was I going with that? Oh, so yeah, when I went on that trip, I was wearing that bandage dress. And they're back. Kaya Gerber wore one that was like vintage. That was Cindy Crawford's, her mom's. And they're making their way back in. I'm not participating because it's like a sausage casing. And if you've ever seen The Real Housewives of Orange County, like you're just never going to want to wear a bandage dress. When I close my eyes and I think about a bandage dress, I think about this is deep and niche. Okay, deep and niche. Just like, I'm not going to say it, a butthole. Okay, her butthole. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Tourette's. I have a disease. Okay. When I close my eyes and I think about bandage dresses, by the way, I have not taken a breath in 30 minutes. This is no cuts, 30 minutes. Okay, wow. I close my eyes and I think about Raquel, Alexia, and Lynn motherfucking Curtin and her cuffs, okay? Going to Intermix at South Coast Plaza and buying Hervé Leger bandage dresses while they're being served eviction notices. That's what I think about. So I have like a traumatic affiliation with the bandage dresses, and I'm just not going to participate. But I did at one point in time. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Oh, fuck me in the ass. So I'm like day 2 of my menstrual cycle, and solo parenting, podcasting, child is napping, all of the things. I had to DoorDash tampons because I've got a heavy flow and a wide set vagina, if you know what I mean, and army pants and flip-flops. So I guess my DoorDash went to my neighbor's house, and I want you to know, this is exclusively what's in my order. Frozen pineapple, because I have some coconut milk that I'm going to make like a smoothie in the morning. Okay, so I have frozen pineapple, 3 mega super tanker boxes of ultra tampons, mint. What else do I have in there? I have a fresh sprig of mint and bagel thins, everything bagel thins. And she texted me, my neighbor Stacey, she goes, hey, did you place an order on DoorDash? And I was like, was it the ultra tampons that gave it away? And she's like, yeah, I knew those were yours. I'll drop them off. And I'm like, thank you so much. Just DoorDash ultra tampons is like, somebody get your flotation device, like, because we're swimming in it. Okay. That is like a dire situation. I couldn't even like finagle like a prison tamp. You know, when you just like take your toilet paper and you wrap it and then you shove it in there. There's not enough toilet paper in the Western Hemisphere. I need the ultras and I need them bad. Big time. So Stacy's going to bring those over. That's sweet. Thanks, Stace. That's so adorable. These days, it can feel like there is no price difference in eating out or staying in. And to make matters worse, there's so many unhealthy options out there to sift through. Home Chef can help you save money and eat healthier with their fresh, delicious meal kits delivered straight to your door. Home Chef delivers fresh ingredients and chef-design recipes conveniently to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients, quick 30-minute recipes, oven-ready options, microwave meals, or a dedicated family menu, Home Chef has everything you and your family need for hassle-free, delicious dinners. Home Chef has over 30 options a week and serves a variety of dietary needs. Plus, it's economical. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries, okay? And when meal planning ends up on the back burner, please check out Home Chef's new 5-ingredient meals that simplify prep with super easy recipe steps using just 5 fresh, pre-portioned ingredients, okay? Home Chef has saved my life this month. Andrew has been gone. And, you know, I don't love going out anymore. I like something healthy that I know exactly what I'm putting in my body, and Home Chef has just been a lifesaver. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/Bible. That is homechef.com/Bible for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Bible. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. Did I mention that I'm going to Vegas tomorrow? I didn't even realize like the tapestry of my subconscious is Las Vegas. Bandage dresses, buttholes. Joie de vivre, okay? Vegas, I'm leaving in T-minus, I don't know, 16 hours, and I'm counting down the moments till I can flee this fucking family because I want to kill Andrew, and I want to just like take like a conscious uncouple from Clyde for like honestly, after about 45 minutes, I miss him, but I'm so oversaturated by his bodily fluids at this point that, and my adrenal glands are just like, they're just heightened. Also, Leo is like not doing well. Here we go. The downer parade has begun. Leo's not doing great. We have tried everything, like 5 different types of medication. His skin is like, he's losing hair. I don't want to get into it, but we're trying something else and we hope that it works. But he shrieks in the middle of the night because he's so uncomfortable. And it's like, my adrenals, I'm like this. I'm like 1 click away from a fucking stroke. So I'm just excited to go to Vegas and exhale and sleep in and like set the fucking thermometer to 50 degrees, like an Arctic chill in Vegas. I love how cold Vegas is inside, you know? And I feel like there's not a lot of birds in Vegas because it's just so hot. Anyways, Meghan Markle, we're just getting right back to it. Meghan Markle's podcast is on pause after a whopping 10 whole episodes. This bitch, okay, I love her. I love her like a sister. We don't deserve her. I mean, the comedic relief, it never fucking ends. She also just did another Jam shortbread cookie edible sprinkle drop that sold out. Did I go on the website and try to buy a myriad of jams and cookie mixes and edible sprinkles? Yeah, I did. It was all sold out. So like, good for you, Meghan. But also, I don't need you cosplaying as a podcast host. You can't hit me with like 10 episodes and then take a break. Like you can't have a crew of 28 people and then take a break because it's too hard. Like, call me the fuck back. We have been doing this. Me and a select few have been doing this for so long, too long, quite frankly, through global pandemics, without guests, without fancy lights and fucking producers and copy editors and graphics and this, that, the other thing. We started bare bones, okay? Just a girl, a dream, and a microphone. And a 10 episode pause because it's too overwhelming, I just will not stand for. It's Como se dice, fucking embarrassing. Some more fun breaking news out of Florida. Go figure. By the way, tickets still available in my Florida shows. Apparently they're like slow to buy tickets. Go figure once again. Clearwater, Scientology capital of the world. I'm coming for you. And I think Fort Lauderdale or Tampa. I don't know. Just figure it out. A Florida woman has been arrested for allegedly posing as a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent to kidnap her ex-boyfriend's wife. Latrance Battle, the fact that her last name is Battle, wow, icon, 52, was taken into custody on April 11th after showing up at the woman's workplace in Panama City, that tracks, flashing a fake ICE shirt and a bogus sheriff's office business card, according to the Bay County Sheriff's Office. Authorities say the victim, who was in the process of gaining legal U.S. residency, went with Battle, believing she was a real agent. Well, that news story didn't age well. That was a couple months ago. So, I mean, I don't want to blame her for what's going on, but I kind of blame her for what's going on. It's pretty fucked up, but also kind of smart, but pretty fucked up. Wow. But like, would she go on Amazon and just like get a shirt? God, it's a flawed system. It's a flawed system. By the way, these ICE agents, they're just glorified fucking bounty hunters, okay? Just rampaging the streets like racist little fucks. I'm not going to get into it because I got one too many DMs and I'm just like not in the cerebral headspace to tango today. Although I started off like pretty fucking rapid fire, if I do say so myself. I don't like to talk about the demise of celebrity relationships, but I'm kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel right now because my heart is in Las Vegas and Rhonda's butthole. But Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are, you know, it's not looking good. They are allegedly having some marital tension because of her space venture. I don't think it's the space of it all. I think Orlando Bloom went to a couple of those concerts and thought, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? It's like he did an ayahuasca trip and then went to the Katy Perry concert, which are basically synonymous. And he's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I don't know. Did he publicly say, oh, he did. I guess he said that the Blue Origin space flight was quote unquote stupid, and said that he even predicted that she would get backlash, and then that along with the album flop, it's creating marital tension. So that's not great, but you know, Pop culture news with Jackie, giving you lukewarm takes since 2013. Yeah, Katy Perry, God bless her. I mean, quirky as they come, but a real fucking weirdo. Now, like, I'm sure she's like nice and fun, but like the Daisy in space and just all the tour decisions, like it feels really misguided. And I mean, I don't know much about Orlando Bloom besides the fact that he likes paddleboarding and has a huge penis and isn't an elf, allegedly. Was he an elf in Lord of the Rings? I didn't catch up on that one. What else has he been in besides Lord of the Rings? Do you need to be anything else besides Lord of the Rings? I don't know. I don't care. I don't see the match there. You know, sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't see it. Speaking of not a match, which maybe is not necessarily true. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. She was seen without her wedding ring. People are all up in arms. But, you know, if there's one thing about Hailey Bieber, she is going to stand behind her man, okay? Because she loves him. And he is, I don't like to talk about people that I think might be going through some mental health issues, but I think that she needs to do what I've done with Andrew and change all of his Instagram passwords and like relaunch like a 2.0 version. Andrew had an Instagram account a million years ago that had no photos, no pictures, no follower, nothing. Okay. And then he never went on it. He didn't have the app. You know, obviously around COVID, I hacked in, changed the password, and gave him a refresh relaunch. And I really got to stay on top of it because there is something just so top tier, soul fulfilling when he's out of town. And I know he's like with new people, like doing new sessions with writers or artists or whatever. And it's a fresh slate for me to like really pop off. I posted something last night, actually around like 10:45 p.m. that just gave me the gayest of old chuckles. It was a Maya Angelou quote. I think it said something like, "There's always rhythm in the universe," like some like elusive music quote. And then like he'll get a DM from like a producer he worked with in Nashville that's like, "Hey man, great meeting this week. Like more hits on the way," like something stupid and douchey. And then I respond as Andrew. And I just like know that he's looking at the profile being like, wow, that's shocking, you know, and I hope there's some discourse. And to which I say to Andrew, because sometimes he doesn't love it when I respond as him to strangers, go figure, I'll say to him, you know what? You're welcome for the fucking icebreaker. I just gave you an inside joke with a stranger, and now I'm creating a more connected session vibe. So maybe you say thank you. Maybe you now have like a shtick. Now you have an inside joke. Now you've got to know each other better. It gives you a little insight into the home life, which I think is really nice to tap into when working in an artistic environment. And why the fuck can't I express myself after slaving away, keeping this family at bay, if you will, while you go live your dreams, okay? Writing music and bops while I'm, you know, shellacking shit off my barefoot dreams robe with one extension hanging on for dear life, just holding down the fort, you know, holding down the motherfucking fort. It's unbelievable. Sexism is real. Like I would never, well, actually I am leaving for tour, but like for me to just be gone for 2 weeks without like deep insulation, like pre-planning lunches, like there's a chip missing. There's a chip missing. And Andrew's a fucking great dad. He's super hands-on. He's with it. He's up. He's in the diapers. He's doing all the things. He's hardly like Jim Bellino, okay? Or Joe Giudice. But still, there's a chip missing when it comes to coordinating for thy family. That's my grievance for the day. Fucking Nick Cannon. I shouldn't say fucking Nick Cannon. I see him at the farmer's market on Sundays, and he is cute with all those kids. I mean, 12 is insane. 12 is psychotic. I gotta tell you, I think 3 is insane. Like, I know a lot of people. I love a lot of people with 3 kids, but I do think they're fucking crazy. 3 kids, you're outnumbered, okay? Traveling, it's like the circus is coming to town. You're herding cats. And just to have some semblance of normalcy, you kind of have to be, well, I'm not going to say that because I'm going to offend people. Like to live in a way that is not bleeding out all day, every day, to be somewhat comfortable, you need to have some fucking help with 3 kids. You just have to. And if that's not an option and you have 3 kids and you're mama bearing all day, every day, I don't know how you're not medicated, on the brink, or have padded walls in your bedroom, which is ironic because I level 4 have a padded wall in my bedroom that only was installed after Clyde was born. I mean, one-on-one with him, I'm ready to fucking jump in front of a moving bus at the end of the day. Like he's fucking wild. And I really thought that I had dodged the bullet with him. I'm like, he's careful. He's kind of like chill. What they tell you about 2-year-olds is fucking true. Clyde's not 2 yet, but something has shifted within. And he can now open all the doors. Steel doors, wood doors, cabinet doors, closet doors. And he does. And he likes to take everything out of everything. Okay. It's like a walking, and then the second you eradicate one situation, we're on to the next situation. And I'm not a baby gate kind of bitch. And I have a ranch style house, so I don't even know where I would put the baby gates. He's either just running up and down a hallway, or he has to have full access to a living room. Like, I don't know where to put the gates. Or here's a thought. I build an ADU in the back, pad those walls, get that tetherball with a little baby leash, and let him fucking run in circles with a little bowl of water on the floor. I don't know. I'm just strategizing here. Nick Cannon, he's got 12 fucking kids. He was in an interview recently and he forgot 2 names two of the children's names. And like, honestly, everyone's like, oh my God, I get it. I get it. You've got a dozen children. You're going to forget a name or two. It happens. But I do see him at the farmer's market with not 12 of them, but maybe 5 or 6 real cute kids. They're fondling the lemons. They're buying the flowers. I like to see a family out and about on a farmer's market Sunday. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's cute. I just draped a cute green cashmere sweater over my shoulders, and I'm about to saunter off to the aviation center to pop on over to Las Vegas. And I'm having a matcha latte. I'm so excited. I never thought in the world I would be so excited to go to Las Vegas. Like, I'm like halfway out the door. I drop kicked Clyde this morning. I said, bye sluts. So Andrew had a song come out last week with Kane Brown, his new single, Two Pairs. I kind of love it. I'm not going to lie. It's Clyde's favorite song. We now have confirmed that Clyde is a musical genius because he sings the melody. He goes, ooh, ooh, and like matches perfectly in key, allegedly. But what do I know? I'm just the people's princess and a pop star. So Andrew just says to me, he's like, yeah, I think they're going to send us a pair of like Lucchese's, because in the song, granted, I'm a LA native, so I'm not familiar with the Western footwear, but Lucchese's, in case you're stupid like me, are these really nice cowboy boots, and they reference them in the song. And Andrew's like, yeah, I think we're going to get a pair of Lucchese's. I think they're doing like a sponsorship, partnership. We get a pair. And I'm like, okay, lovingly, you do not have the body type to pull off a pair of cowboy boots. And the image of you shuffle off the buffaloing in the backyard, in our unrenovated backyard, in a pair of Lucchese's with like an Adidas sport short, fucking up our pool equipment doesn't sound deeply desirable to me. So maybe we just pivot accordingly. You know, pear-shaped plus cowboy boots, the chafing and the pooling of the sweat from the thighs chafing. I mean, you guys, let this be a masterclass. 12 years of podcasting. Keep your men down. Just remind them of their flaws on a daily basis in a loving manner. And that is the secret. That is the secret. Okay, you find a husband that is obviously secure enough to like weather the storm of the light microbullying, but also let it penetrate them in a way that makes them secure, but with question. Do you know what I mean? Like not too comfortable. That's the sweet spot. You want to find a diamond in the rough. I'm whispering because he's right out there. And you want to hit them before they peak, okay? And then you stunt their internal self-love just before they get cocky. But so there's still slightly like glimmers of, am I good enough for her? You know, and you just constantly remind them. I was at a barbecue last night. I don't know why I said barbecue. That was just a lie. I was at a friend's house. Was it a dinner party? It was a party, okay, from one of my best friends from elementary school. And all of my friends from elementary school were there. And like I said in last week's episode, the week before, I love being around people that I've known my whole fucking life because that's where I just shine. There's no small talk. There's no pleasantries. We know exactly who everybody is and we can just dive the fuck right in. What was the point of that? Okay, let's retrace our steps. Oh, okay, we're back. I was talking to my friend Colin and his wife Quinn, and I was just very confidently saying in front of Andrew that if he did anything to me, I have 2 text messages I could send and I could be hooked up with someone. I'm not saying it's like a long-lasting relationship, but I know I could get him where it hurts. We all know that I think I could be with John Mayer. I don't think it's a lifelong thing. I don't even know if it's 3 dates, but I know I could get 1 date and I could probably secure 2 dates. And I have like a few other like people that I know would hurt. And I just keep that in the vessel and I remind him it would take 1 motherfucking text, 1 text, and I would sully your name to a degree that would be irreparable. Okay, subtly and like undetectably ruin your fucking name. Okay. I would sabotage you so many months in advance before exiting the equation that like you would be operating at such a deficit just in all capacities, emotionally, socially, physically, mentally. Like I would hit you little day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour to put him in such a vibe deficit that it would be just so over for him. You know, I'm capable of it. And don't you fucking forget it. On that note, I'm headed to Vegas. I'll talk to you next week. Had a great time and love you like a sister. Make sure you go to thebitchbible.com/tour because we're not doing this again. You know what I mean? And I see Clyde's fingers coming through the bottom of the door. Clyde, mommy's going to Vegas. Leave me alone. Love you. Bye.